Let's
about the
talk.
honorable Aaron Judge. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
How about that? Moved up to the number 3 spot there in the Yankees lineup, and he seems to fit pretty nicely there between Gary Sanchez and Matt Holliday. What do you make of this?
I think that the way the Yankees have done it is absolutely perfect. It's like the old school natural progression of how you grow a hitter. You know, I mean, last year he came up and he had some big hits, but he also struck out a ton. There was clearly a change in approach this offseason. He's been much more disciplined at the plate with 2 strikes. There's been at least a handful of at bats where he's not only not swung at what could have been strike three, but then done damage later in that at bat. I mean, you know, the first 4 games of the season, he hit eighth, 6 games in the seventh spot, 9 games in the sixth spot, 27 games batting fifth. And, you know, now it really only makes sense. He's been able to clearly produce the 17 homers and the 326 average. And, you know, unfortunately for the injury to Mike Trout, who's going to miss 6 to 8 weeks. And, you know, for me, and maybe this is a whole different discussion, you know, if your team's not in the race, for me, it's tough to give you the MVP. So between that and the fact that Trout's going to miss the 6 to 8 weeks and the Angels may not be in it, you know, Aaron Judge is without question for me on the short list of AL MVPs in the first half of the season. So it makes sense. And again, the Yankees have done it right. He's
No,
produced.
I love that, Paul, and I think that this is actually a move that helps out his MVP bid because if you can't be considered the best hitter on your own team at the number 3 slot, then how can you be considered the best hitter or player in all of the American League, right? So this actually is a good move in kind of, I don't know if that's Joe Girardi's MO there, but it actually does for the voters. They can say, all right, well, the Yankees thought highly enough of him to put him in the number 3 slot, so then we can consider him as an
Yeah,
MVP.
that's absolutely right. And the thing is, I think he's done so much. I mean, the home runs have made the headlines. They're these big, majestic home runs, and they travel, you know, 8 miles. But he's played a great right field defense. Like I said, he's got like a little Miguel Cabrera to him. I mean, I was looking at the home run leaders today, and you got a few guys who are up there near the top of the leaderboard who are hitting 216, who are hitting 207, who are hitting. Ryan Schimpf was hitting like 166 the other day when he hit a home run. So he's got the average to go along with the home runs. And again, I think that's with a better approach or a more successful approach in terms of knowing the strike zone a little bit better and being able to still do, even if it's not damage, even if it's just a base hit the other way. He's used the whole field this year with 2 strikes, and he's been really impressive.
I'm also impressed with another guy in that lineup, and you were saying that this made sense to move Judge to number 3. When will it make sense to move Aaron Hicks into center field as the permanent center fielder, maybe even when Jacoby Ellsbury comes back?
You know, I don't know if that would happen necessarily. I mean, I think that Aaron Hicks has done a wonderful job this year. I mean, it's a far cry from what he did last year. They hope that he could be, you know, that versatile fourth outfielder maybe, or get an everyday job at some point last year, and it just didn't click for him. But his best year with the Twins was when he hit 256, 11 homers, 33 RBIs, but he only played in 97 games. Now, I'm not about to just sit here and call Aaron Hicks, you know, forever a non-everyday player. But I just think that it's not like Jacoby Ellsbury has been poor. Jacoby Ellsbury's still hitting in the 280s. He's still getting on base at a, you know, 36% clip. So, you know, I don't necessarily know if center field is a hole for the Yankees right now. And again, if you know, in this day and age where certain, well, I guess I'll say it, certain amphetamines are banned, right? We don't see guys playing every single day anymore. I mean, it's one, you know, extreme example, but Cal Ripken played in 2,600 straight games. Guys, now the leader is at like 220. So, I mean, it's a different game. Guys need days off. So if Joe Girardi can pick and choose the times to get Aaron Hicks in there without, you know, not that he's not a good player, but without overexposing him, and be able to get Gardner a day off, who's been red hot, get Ellsbury a day off once he comes back, get Judge a day off, and still get production. I think that you know, teams don't win with a starting 9 every day. I mean, you've got to win using your whole 25-man roster, and obviously with injuries, even more than that.